Hey everybody, good Friday morning. Eddie Williams Sellers coming to you, sitting out here in my little garden here in East Point, Georgia. Good Friday morning, it's the weekend. Come on, I still like weekends, y'all. Birds are chirping, the sun's out, it's beautiful here in Atlanta. Hope you're doing well today. Good morning. The Morning Post this morning. Does life ever slow down? When it does, do we die? It almost seems like life speeds up in old age. And I decided to call this season of my life Old Age because I turned 70 in September. And so I want to make sure I have enough years ahead of me to refer to it as old age instead of becoming old age right before you die. I have enjoyed this season of old age. So, and there is still a lot more to get done. Maybe it is because the world seems turned upside down right now as we live through this part of history. Politics seems like we are living almost back in the 1930s. Although I didn't live in the 30s, I was born in 55. I've read in history about the 30s. The early days of Lester Maddox would fit in well today. That's the former governor of Georgia, segregationist. He would probably win governor again if he ran as on the MAGA ticket in, 2025. Oh, Lester. It's just a strange time we're living through right now. Uh, all of the fallout from Washington probably really won't even start taking place where people start feeling it until about a year or two from now. By then, the country will be a mess. Or will it? Who knows? Maybe the country needs to go through all of this for Americans to wake up. Or does it? You don't hear about crime much anymore, do you? Back when Biden was in office, oh, crime, crime, rampant crime, crime, crime. All you heard about was crime. Nah, who knew? America doesn't have crime anymore. Um, I used to think, well, I want to downsize, sell almost everything I've got, live in a little house, retire, and just ride out these years, old age years, in a more simple way of living. But life is weird. I did that. I sold my house in Grant Park, bought this little house. I wanted to travel and do sell off properties, and I did a lot of that. But the days seem short now, so short that I hardly feel like I get anything done. Time I get up and do a couple little videos, hun, the day's about over. We say hun a lot, and my daughter Heather always jokes about it because my cousin Joan, she said, hun, y'all come on in here. Hun, so southern, isn't it? Hun, I love y'all, hun. Hun, don't sit on the arm of my sofa. You'll make my sofa weak. My mom used to tell people she didn't like people to sit on the arm of her sofa. Um, um, yeah, I think maybe life was never meant to be simple. Maybe life is complex. It is meant to be. Does it feel like you're on a journey also? It does to me. Like we are all just traveling through here. I think sometimes none of this stuff is ours. 50 years from now, there'll be a whole new group of people living in Constance's house and living in your house. We'll all be gone, y'all. All this stuff doesn't belong to us. We're just kind of gatekeepers of it until the new people come through. Yeah. When I was standing by Debbie's bed, that's my niece Debbie passed day before yesterday, about 5 o'clock in the evening for some of you. But when I went over there and I was standing by her bed as I walked in her bedroom, um, and we were just kind of spending some time with her before they came to pick her up, she looked peaceful. And I know a lot of people say, when mama dies or somebody and their loved ones die, they're like, oh, they just look peaceful. But she really did look peaceful. Um, and there was just, it's hard to describe, but there was just an aura of peace in that bedroom that I'm very, whether it's in my head or whatever. I don't believe so. I'm very connected spiritually to energies and vibrations here in my garden, here in this setting right here, in a bedroom where there's a body that's laying there where somebody had lived for 57 years. There was just an aura of peace in that bedroom. And I always find it a little odd, though, anytime, and I've been around quite a few people who passed, died, however you want to call it, and I've been with their bodies. When my mama passed, I crawled up on her hospital bed and put my arm up under her head and kissed her on her forehead and just held her little dead body. And I said, I love you, Mama. You know, she took her flight. So, I mean, I'm acquainted with being around dead bodies. But I often wondered, like when I stood by Debbie's bed, and I just wondered what really happens. You know, what really happens? Because there's obviously something really extraordinary happens. The body loses all its color. It's strange looking. It almost immediately looks like, you know, after they've been passed for 30, like an alien laying there in some kind of way. Even it's like the body is withered and gone. The soul, all the energies just left the body. And when I do that, I often wondered, what really happens when that happens to us? Hey, my dogs. Hey, y'all stop. Mess my video up, y'all. I'm going to keep going. But I often wonder what happens when we die. You know? Do we really go somewhere? Does our soul just levitate out of our body? Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? And we have human experiences along the way. I lived at 1266 Woodland Avenue. Heather was about 8 years old. One night, this was not a dream, this was not a vision. I got up out of my bed. I looked back and I'm like, oh my God. I was laying there on the bed with Kathy. I got up and walked through the house, come back, sit down by my body, and then I was back in my body. Y'all, nobody knows. I believe there's something about our soul from that experience and other things that I've witnessed in my life. My two brothers came and stood with me by my mama one night about 3 o'clock in the morning, James and Joe. And I write about it in a book of mine, and it was extraordinary. They didn't speak to me. I just seen them standing by mama, you know. And so what does happen, though? You know, can I base stuff on those experiences? Do we really go somewhere? Do we just go back to our non-existent self that we had before we got here? Yeah, there is about a 50-50 chance probably that whatever you think, whether we go back to non-existence or we move on, there's about a 50-50 chance you're right. I don't really, you know, I find it odd, these people that claim they know, oh, I know, you go to heaven or you go to hell, you go to judgment day. I find those people actually kind of a little bit boring and a little bit full of shit. I'm glad I don't know. Surprise me, God. Surprise me. I will tell you this, though, if you've got this far in this video. There is absolutely positively no hell, no lake of fire, no place of torment. Anybody, any human, I don't care whether it's Hitler or who it is, nobody is burning forever in a lake of fire. Foolishness. That is foolishness, y'all. Don't teach your kids foolishness. Anyhow, there is a great change in religions around the world along with politics. America is shifting in all kinds of ways. Many people are waking up and walking into a new age of understanding. After a lot of upheaval, the world will hopefully shift into a better place. Our voices, and this is what I'll leave you with, my voice, your voice, our voices, are ushering in a new age of understanding. You're very important to speak out, to write, to say. You're bringing change into the world. My voice is bringing change into the world. Yeah. Good day, everybody. Love y'all. 10 minutes long. I'm getting long-winded. I'm reverting back to my childhood, y'all. I used to love to preach for about an hour and a half. That was silly. I could have said all that in 10 minutes instead of holding them people hostage. Love y'all.